So we're still on our Great American road trip. As you can see, everything we own is loaded up on our beautiful little Nissan Xterra. And our clothes have changed because we were heading north to go do some camping in Colorado, but all the roads we wanted to take are covered in snow. So we're headed west to Big Bend National Park in Texas. But on the way, we have stopped here in beautiful Roswell, New Mexico, because we all know why it's so famous.
I don't know why it's famous. He won't tell me. We're going to Roswell, New Mexico, and I have no idea why.
So we thought we'd do a video of why it's so famous. And I'm getting ready to blow your mind.
I'm prepared for my mind to be blown? I don't know.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful this time of year. Well, honey, here we are. This is where we drove about 8 hours for to see the beauty of what is Roswell, New Mexico. Roswell originally, I'm going to get into why this place is so famous. Originally, they tried to found this town in about 1865, but they failed due to lack of water. But then,
oh, because it's in the middle of a desert.
Well, but then they came here and they found water.
Oh, okay.
I guess.
So it's like water in the middle of a desert?
It is. Kind of a little oasis. The first non-indigenous people to found the town started here in the 1870s. And John Chisholm, in fact, had his famous Jingle Bob Ranch just 5 miles south of here. Famous Jingle Bob Ranch.
Oh, okay. I don't know that either.
At the time of its founding in the 1870s, it was actually the largest ranch in the United States.
Okay.
Not ringing any bells yet?
No.
Jingle Bob Ranch can't ring any bells?
No. Jingle Bob, Jingle Bob, Jingle Bob. Right.
Okay, let me see if I can find something else that does ring some bells. Oh, boop, doo 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 doo. Okay, so if the Jingle Bob Ranch, the Chisholm Trail, none of these things are ringing any bells, which I'm not understanding why they wouldn't. How about let's just get down to the meat and potatoes. The one thing that everybody knows Roswell for, it's why it's famous. The great crash that happened a long time ago. The big crash, the government got involved. Some people liked it, some people didn't. People are on both sides of the fence here, but the big crash that happened, and I think you know what I'm talking about.
The stock market crash?
Exactly, stock market crash. Stock market crashed, the government got involved, and they gave money for the arts here in Roswell to get the economy going back again, and part of the New Deal was to make an art museum. To the museum! Okay, so I think you're warming up, maybe understanding a little bit more of why Roswell, New Mexico is so famous. There's another thing that happened in the 1940s, which might be even a little bit more famous and world-renowned than the art museum that we just went to that was part of the New Deal.
Okay.
This one was involving more military than just the government.
Okay.
So in the 1940s, the government of the United States of America went to war with Germany.
Oh.
They got some prisoners of war.
Okay.
They brought them back to Roswell, New Mexico.
Okay.
This is a secret not a lot of people know about. There was some hush-hush things that happened. There was some prisoners of war that came to Roswell, New Mexico, and they built this. Let's go check it out. Yep, here it is. They built this. Most of a basketball court. This is over 50% of a basketball court here in Palmilla Park in Roswell, New Mexico. They also built a moat. I'm not sure, but I know they built this. They put concrete underneath a river for reasons. Piece of the Berlin Wall. This was hand carried here by David Hasselhoff after he single-handedly brought down the wall with his own music. Thank you, David.
And one of the highlights of my life was singing this song on the Berlin Wall.
I've been looking for freedom. I've been looking so long.
There's the Iron Cross of stone, which the prisoners of war actually built and was uncovered in the 1980s after it was cemented over, and they actually found that they put this iron cross there while they were constructing it. So kind of neat little tidbit of history, some uncovered mysteries of the Roswellian desert. So now you're kind of understanding why Roswell, New Mexico is so famous. It's featured in so many TV shows and literature, and why it's such part of the culture now.
Yeah, I mean, the Art Center, Great Depression,
Piece
World
of
War II,
the Berlin Wall.
That's pretty cool.
Prisoners of war. This half a basketball court. So it's kind of making sense now.
Yeah.
But I feel like you're still not there with why this is such a cultural icon, and it's so prevalent in
Well,
popular
you said
culture.
like we had to come here.
We do, and I'm going to show you another reason why.
Okay.
Let's go. Okay, Elizabeth. So we're just a little outside Roswell, about 20 minutes outside, out in the middle of the desert.
You're dragging me around everywhere.
And I think I finally got it. Another reason why Roswell is special and well known. It has something, and something happened here a long time ago, and it's kind of unique to Roswell. It's happened a few other places in the United States, but specifically here, it's famous for this thing that happened a long time ago.
Sinkholes?
Exactly.
Ah.
There was naturally forming sinkholes here, which created these natural lakes out in the middle of the desert. Because in most of the United States, the lakes that people recreate in and boat on are fake. They're man-made lakes. So they have real lakes here in the middle of the desert. Proof now why Roswell is so magical, and why everybody knows and talks about Roswell, and why there's a CW TV show about it, why there's been mention of it in Independence Day, American Dad, and every sci-fi movie ever.
I don't know any of these references, Christopher.
Okay. You still
I
don't?
mean, like, I've been around the town now. You're like, oh, okay, cool. Like, government stuff, sinkholes, like,
I got
okay.
one more idea that's going to really snap to you of why Roswell is internationally known.
So, like, worldwide. Like,
Worldwide,
people know
the
what
biggest,
this is.
it's the biggest hub of this thing in the world.
Okay.
For such a small town, that's amazing.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go check it out. And do you smell it?
That smells really appetizing.
Oh, that's a New Mexico leche. I can smell it. Let's go check it out. Oh, baby, here it is. I found some.
What?
Mozzarella cheese.
What?
Yep, mozzarella cheese.
So you're telling me that we came here, drove through the desert because it's the #1 producer in the world for mozzarella cheese?
Roswell, New Mexico is the #1 producer in the entire universe of mozzarella cheese. And the factory is right here.
I get it now.
This is why you should know Roswell, New Mexico. The #1 producer in the entire world of mozzarella cheese. So, we've enjoyed our time in New Mexico. Roswell's great. You should come check it out for all the reasons why it's famous. Everybody knows why it's famous. All the reasons that we've showed. So come check out Roswell, New Mexico.
Oh, wait. So this has nothing to do with all of the aliens that are...
Nope.